Hello everyone, this is Botany and Board. I am Bailey, and today I'm so excited because we're hitting it back up with some Final Girl for you. So of the season 2, the last 2 things I have to play with you all are Storybook Woods, which is what we're going to be starting with right now. And we are going to be playing Gretel. Yep. I have put on my overalls, so I thought that was fitting attire perhaps for Storybook Woods. Seemed all right to me. Okay, so I will go ahead and take it to the board and get kind of set up. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Normally I have this all done for you all, but today I was like, I'll just let them watch while I set everything up. And then I can also chat with you. So I'm off today. I'm not on with the games, off with work, because my work is cool and they allow us to have both Friday and Monday for Labor Day. I apologize, any of you who are not in the US. I'm sorry, I'm enjoying my Labor Day. So I figured while the work is away, Bailey shall play. And that is what we're going to be doing. So I've already assembled those. Dun, dun, dun. And so we're going to knock out the Big Bad Wolf, and then the last of series, I like to call it season 2, the last of season 2 that I need to play with you all is the Ratchet Lady, and I'm super excited for that one, but I thought we'd start with this first, and then later, I'll probably take a little break, go eat some lunch after we play this one, and then we'll come back and fight the Ratchet Lady. Very excited. And then I want to then also get into some of the series season 1 content, because I think I have put two up there, I think, from season 1, Creech Manor, and also Hans. Hans is like my favorite. No, have I not done Hans yet? I haven't done Hans. I have done Frightmare Raper Lane. That's it. So I need to get Hans for you guys, and Geppetto as well. Oops. And then we'll have all of that lovely Final Girl content on the channel, which is so exciting because then also season 3 is coming to Kickstarter. And it's so funny, whenever I was doing my unboxing, I initially was like, oh, I don't know if I'll, need to get season 3, all of it, or if I have enough content. I want it all. And that was a foolish thing to think that I would have enough. Gretel, here's Gretel. Starting in the gingerbread house, that is fitting. Okay. All of our little victims. Or as Wyatt likes to call them, meeples and dresses. We have, actually I'll scroll in while I'm doing this part. Hopefully it's a little glary. I wonder if it's something. I'm like trying to see if it's like the lights that I could help. I'm not sure. And Wyatt's not here. He had to work. And I'm not as good with camera things. Also, you guys might have noticed, well, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I now am the one doing the editing as of Forbidden Desert because Wyatt has a new job and he's been working essentially like around the clock. I feel really bad for him. So he pretty much leaves for work at 7 and he leaves work at 7 p.m. to come home. So I have not seen as much of him. And then, so I wanted to take, normally I'm the really busy one with work, so he edits for us. And he's also better, but I now he doesn't have time. And so I don't want to overwhelm him with both things. So I am trying to learn all that there is about the editing. So if any of you guys are good at editing, have any tips and tricks for me, you can leave them down below. I would appreciate that. Okay, so did we get everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got them. Put some extra victims up here just in case they get spawned. All right, there's our setup. Our starting event is Harmless Old Woman. The killer is disguised as grandmother. This is really hitting it up good with gingerbread house, grandma. I'm Gretel. She wants to eat me. And the victims do not realize that the killer's disguise is Grandma. So any victims in a space adjacent to the killer move into the killer's space. What idiots. Okay, so luckily though so two, the grandma's house and this one will both move into the killer space, and then we get to discard this card, so that is already kind of done. I'll leave it there though, just so that's, or I'll flip it over. Okay. There we have it. Now I haven't set up my items deck just yet, so I'll shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I have not played with Gretel before, so I do not have her special item yet. And let me just make sure, I'm pretty sure there's no special setup for this one, but do my double check. I read this morning, but always good to double check so people don't yell at me. I'll set up the item decks here. We have a cage, songbirds, and a red cape. So some of these things, what they allow us to do, check it out, since I've not played this one yet. The cage, it says, you may discard this item to retrieve the songbirds item card from the discard pile or from the unused items. Okay, so if I had the cage, I could get these, or I just go get them here. If the killer is within 2 spaces of you, you may spend 3 time to send the songbirds to attack, doing 3 damage to the killer. That's cool. I feel like I want the songbirds. And I guess if you had the cage, then you could keep the birds. So you can use the birds, and you have to discard them, but then you have the cage, so you can get them back once. And then the red cape. For targeting, if there is a tie between you and a victim, the killer will target you instead of the victim. Interesting. All right, very good. So we have all of that set up. We have our tarot deck. We need to assemble the action tableau next. My starting hand of 0 cost action cards. Close call. So after this, I'm also going to be putting out my fall decor because Halloween is my favorite. So I'm really excited to get all my stuff out. I was thinking about it and I was like, should I put more stuff in here? But I can't decide like how well you guys can see behind me to know like if I put a bunch of stuff in here, would you even be able to tell? And unfortunately, since I always face this way, I don't get to see what's back there. This one's a signature. Okay, our action tableau is now set up. We have our dice. We start, unfortunately, with the big bad wolf. We start all the way at 5. So if you guys have watched me play before, you know that my initial thing usually is to try to get to the 3 die zone as soon as I can before I do anything else. And it's going to take me a while because he starts at 5. He's also very quick. You'll notice he starts with a movement of 3. He can go all the way to 6. And then he has a couple modes here, which is a little bit different for this one. So first, before we reveal the dark power, he is in tracking mode. So he is only going to do the tracking action items, which is this little like target thing here. So when they come out on the tarot deck, we'll only do those. And then you can see it's like, if he's in targeting, he will do this. If in slay mode is the other one with the dead skull. It's a little ominous. Then he will do that action. And there was no special setup as far as the woods. The only thing to note is there are rafts. So we have on here little spaces, and we have 4 raft tokens. So if I get a raft card, something tells me that I'm able to get the raft, then I will actually be able to put these, and then it'll allow me to select 4 places that I actually will be able to use the river to go through, should be handy. Okay, so there's those. The last thing I have to do with you guys is I always play with the fun stuff from the, what are they called? Box of props. That is what it's called. So I get to pick one signature action, or you can do this randomly, but I like to pick. The game is hard enough as it is. Okay, so maybe if I want to do some attack, ambush, dodge, immediately in the killer phase and do 2 things. I almost think maybe I need that because he seems like he could be, typically he reminds me of Hans from the first season, so I think maybe I will want some attack because he also has a 9, so I think I'll need that perhaps because I don't really need to scavenge. Intimidate. Flip the dark power card face down until the next upkeep phase. That's kind of interesting though because of the fact that you would turn him back on tracker mode. So that could be interesting, the intimidate. Let me leave that one out. Think about it. Throw, discard a weapon. Double, pay the cost of the action you resolve. Protect. Reduce damage from an attack and take any remaining hits instead of the victim. So if I'm worried about him killing people. Discipline. I do like the meditate though too, just to be able to heal and have horror go down. I play with that one a lot though. So let's play with one of these two. Let's see, what do we think? Ooh, just cost 6 to get that. I think I'm going to try the intimidate. I think I'm going to just keep trying to put him back in the tracker mode instead of the slay mode, because I don't know yet, but slay sounds pretty not great for me. Probably great for him. He's having a great time. Okay, so that is my signature action I have chosen. We also have the ultimate die up here. So the way these work, if you guys haven't seen that before, is whenever I save enough victims on my card over here, I can, instead of using the ability on the back, I get to pick a die. And also it says in the rule book as well, you can also do a little bit of different variant by each time you save an additional victim, you could switch your die out as well. Okay, and so I'm going to set this over here. I have my desperation die, which I can also use 1 time per game. However, one of the sides is an instant death. And then we will have to read a little excerpt from the Book of Desperate Deaths. Okay, I have my thing that I roll with, my turn summary, so we can all keep track, because we know that I'm not good at keeping track of things. Okay, so Book of Desperate Deaths, box of props, rule book, don't need those right now. Okay, allow me to set the scene for you all, because that's what I like to do. Give a little bit of lore. All right, the big bad wolf, everyone. Dun, 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 dun. It says, what if the stories you were told as a child were true? What if there did exist a place where tales and fables were reality, where magic and mischief were real? They are, in fact, real. But it wasn't what you might think. It would be impossible to get you to understand this fully. But know that the following statement is true. Every word imagined by the inhabitants of Earth does in fact exist. The imagination, daydreams, nightmares, and all of the fantastic creations of the mind are actual visions of real places and times in the known and unknown universe. You don't have to believe it, and most humans don't. But that does not make it any less true. Alright, we have Storybook Woods is a place where the visions for many of our classical fairy tales come from. The Brothers Grimm were the first to transmute the stories from vision to page. Their versions were the more accurate versions, meant as warnings of the horrors that exist in the universe. But over time, the stories were molded to a new truth, purpose, and are now told to entertain children without the fear, without the truth. Gretel. Sorry, that one's still a little scary. No one knows how they get to or from Storybook Woods, but one thing is for certain. They will either die there at the hands of the big bad wolf, or the wolf will die at theirs. So I guess there's no domesticating in this case. I imagine most times the events in the woods seem like a dream, for ones that survive at least, but not for the ones that never return to tell the tale. Big is not a sufficient adjective. Bad is not nearly fit enough description. The wolf's teeth are long and sharp, its claws come to a fine point so that it can shred large prey to pieces. Or snap a fairy's wings off with a snap of 2 fingers. The gale force winds, created by its roar, cause devastating destruction. My words, like Grimm's and countless others before me, simply cannot do this evil being justice. Should you encounter this being, expect to die. Survivors are always quick-witted, savage, and unapologetically violent. But most of all, lucky. Better to never set foot in the woods rather than to have to survive them. Okay, so that is the thing. We are not doing the, a lot of times I go ahead and do the setup, but I didn't want to be read today. I wanted to be Gretel. So that is all the lore I have for you. Okie dokie. I'm going to take a little drink of my tea here. I had chai green tea today. What you doing, Lils? You want a big bad wolf? Let's see if I can show you guys. Our big bad wolf. Over there. Are you the big bad wolf? Hmm? So I'll see if I can insert a picture, because when Lily was a child, when we first picked her up, so her and Luna are siblings and they have the same parents, just 2 litters apart, like 2 years. 2 years and 2 litters apart. And Lily, when we got her, like, she straight up looked like a wolf. Like, she had this, like, overgrown hair. Like, we're like, what is wrong with this one? Like, really wiry, long, like, in a very weird way. I'll have to see if I can find a picture. So, and Luna did not look like that at all. So it's very, their coats are very different, though. Lily can really put on a mean fur coat. So yes, she's leaving now. Goodbye, Lils. Alright, enough. We'll go ahead and get going. Dun dun dun. Got all my cards ready. I have 2 die, 2 good die. And we are ready to begin. Which action do I... Oh yeah, put my Intimidate in the thing. I always forget things, so I'm looking around, I'm like kind of half distracted, so like, did I forget anything? No, I think we're ready. Alright, so as per usual, you guys, I like to try to focus up. I do worry a little bit about these victims dying very soon, and then the Dark Power will be here. So I guess I could try to walk first, just since they're like in the lion's den right now. I'll try that. Let's just adjust my strategy a little bit, you know? Oh dear. It's going to be a long day. I can already tell. Okay. That was not good. So I guess I will lose... I'll go ahead and make sure I use it, I guess. So lose 1 health. This is not starting off great. Move 1 space, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that wretched gingerbread house into the clearing. And then I also have to lose 2 time. What a shame, what a shame. Okay, and then next up, I feel like I'm like, feel short today. Like this is the same chair as normal, but maybe it's the overalls. Feel shorter. I've walked. Now, let's try to walk again. Better this time. Do a little shake. How about that? Okay. 2 cards. I get my weak attack and my short rest. And so then I will convert 1 into a success. And so that will allow me to move up to 1 space. So I'm going to go ahead and take these victims with me. And we'll pop over here. And that costs 1 time. And then I'll go ahead and try to focus. Okay, 1 success. So 1 down. And lose 1 time. So I only have 2 time left. So I'm going to go ahead and get a sprint. Because I would like to, again, if I can save this person. For sure I can run over there though and save them currently. So I'll get a sprint. And I will hold my focus for now. Okay, so we've done action. I just did planning. So I spent my 2 time to get the sprint. Killer phase. Dun dun dun. Ooh, minor dark power. What big eyes you have. When you move into or begin your turn in the big battlefield space, discard a random action card if able. Well, that stinks. Don't want to start or end my turn. Or I don't want to begin or move into his space. It's no good. And now, of course, he has 2 more hearts. Okay. We have resolved. No, we have not drawn a tarot card yet. Oh, we did. Yes. You guys. Ooh, it's going to be an interesting day today. All right. So we drew a tarot card. Oh, sorry. We need to also do his action first before the tarot card. I'm out of practice. Okay. So I'll go ahead and target. Sorry, so it's going to target me or the victim, whatever's closest. It'll target me, or them, sorry, because they're right there. And it would just move. So it's actually just going to hang out with him. No problem. So there's that. Then the tarot card. No, panic phase. No one died. Upkeep phase. So, sorry, during the planning phase is when I actually put these back. Okay. All right. We are ready for turn 2. Okay, I only have 2 measly little cards this time, but let's try to sprint. Yay! Much better. Move to 3 spaces. So I actually will go 1, 2, 3. I mean, I gotta take the opportunity to save them from him while I could. One other thing to point out is that the little bridges that go across the river are very fragile. So you only can bring 1 victim with you. But this did not have a bridge. That's not across the river. Just walked up. And 1 time. Great. Now let's try to do this focus. Come on, another good roll like that. Okay, 1 success. I'll take it. And this time. Okay, so I have $4 to spend this time. So I get all my 0 cards. And I want another sprint because I'm going to try to save some people. So that was 2. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and get a guard because it's not far off to think he's going to end up in my space. Okay, so there's ready for next time. I will put these back in the tableau. And the killer phase. So he is targeting again. So this time he's going to move into our space. And then let's see what he shall do. I'll huff and I'll puff. So again, this is what I was kind of trying to show you guys earlier. Maybe I'll do this when I do the tarot card. So he is in the tracking mode, not the slay mode. So he will follow this one. Oh, geez. I don't like that at all. Okay, so he's already in my space. So no problem there. But 2 up. He's like defeating all my things I've been working on. What a pain in the rear he is. Okay. Oh. So he moved in when you move your turn or begin your turn. So we'll have to remember I have to discard a random action card because now he is in my space. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, no victims have died yet, surprisingly. Upkeep, nothing. So I'll go ahead and back to the action. So again, I am in his space. So we're going to shuffle these up and actually all 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I was like, if I have 6, I'll just roll a die and then pick one. But okay, let's just do 1, 2, 3. Weak attack. Okay. Perfect. I didn't want my sprint to go away. All right, so let's sprint away, shall we? Nope, I need to show you guys what I'm doing. Okay. Come on, sprint. Okay, I think I will turn in the 2 to get the 3 spaces. I mean, if I go ahead and do 2, I'll just leave it at the, I won't trade in my cards for that one. Okay, so that allows me to move up to 2 spaces. So I'll take these lovely people with me. 1, 2, they're saved, I tell you. I'm like, run, get out of the storybook. Okay, so what shall I have? Ooh, let's pick this one, which is decrease horror twice. So 1, 2, love that. Wish there's more of those. We'll also go ahead and let's do move up to 2 spaces because then I can just keep us saving people. So we will go a 1, a 2. We have saved 4 people. Gretel, you are such a good gal. Okay, so let's get 2 more time. Doop, doop. And then we'll go ahead and get the heart back. Okay, 1 more until she is able to be flipped over. And again, which I can pick whether I want to use her ultimate ability or get an ultimate die instead. My stomach is growling. Might have to break for lunch. No. Okie dokie. So I have sprinted. Now let's see what else I might want to do. I mean, I kind of like just saving as many people as I can while they're not getting eaten by the guy. And then I probably need to get some, I like those songbirds, honestly. I want to go, and they're in the gingerbread house. So later I do want to search up there in the gingerbread house. But for now, let's work again on focusing. Try to get this better. Okay, so 1 success. Yeah, I'll take that. And then cost of time. And so I guess I'll go ahead and try to walk. So I will do that. I'll move up to 1 space and cost of time. And then I think I will just hang out with these. Do I want to do that? I guess I could just save that victim though. I guess I might as well try while there's just 1 there. So let's try to walk again. Hooray! So 1 space, cost of time. Here, I will move. That one was in the middle. And I'll save this one. So take the long rest action card. Okay. And I have unlocked her ultimate ability. Let's see what it is. You may convert a 2 to a star by discarding 3 action cards. Oh, interesting. So effectively then, it almost makes it where, I mean, discarding 3 cards is kind of annoying, but I guess if you just always maybe pick up close calls as a thing. Or do I want an extra one of those? How many victims have I saved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could get up to tier 2, which would give me time or extra movement if I wanted to have that. Decisions, you guys. What do you think? Should we do her ability or should we use the ultimate die? Since my rolls have been bad, I'll try this one. Let's do that. Okay. And each additional victim saved, we get to receive down on the horror, which is great because we're so close to getting the 3. The 3 die. Okie doke. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into planning. I have $3, so I will get a close call. Do I have anything to move next time? I don't. Okay. So close call, and I guess I better get a sprint. So I can move, maybe even like save people, or I kind of wanted to go, but he's kind of annoying because he's there, but I kind of wanted to go over here so I could go search the gingerbread house. So I'll do that and try to get a search next time. Okay, so we reset. That was my 3. Set to that. All right. My cell phone is ringing. It's probably why. Killer phase. So he is going to target. He has movement of 3. So he will choose Me or the victims, whichever one is closest. So I am the closest. So he will go to me, which sucks because then I'm going to have to discard an action card again. There he is in my space. And then we will do one of these. The claws that scratch. Okay, he's already with me, so he'll just stay there. For you and every victim in the Big Bad Wolf space, increase bloodlust. Okay, so then, dang it, I want to get to the 3 die. All right. Such is life, such is life. Okay, no one has panicked. No upkeep, back to the action phase. I feel like my tea already got cold, which is kind of sad. Okay, so I am in a space again, so I have to discard a random card. A guard, darn it. Okay, well at least it wasn't my sprint, because I want to get the heck out of his space. Or should I try to focus first? I think I had one of those. Nope, I don't have focus. Okay, so we are going to sprint. Okay, so let's play a close call. So reroll, if I go 2 times, and I'll reroll both. Okay, 1 success. So I will get to move up to 2 spaces, lose a time. Get the heck out of his thing. So I'm actually going to leave this way 1 and 2 because I want to get to the gingerbread house. And that is all I will be able to do currently. So I have $3 to spend again, and I need to get a search for 2. And I will pick up all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was 2, and I have 1 more. So I guess I'll get this. I have 9 cards. Your hand limit is 10. Put back my things. Raise that time to 6, and the killer phase. So he will target. Ooh, now that he is in a tie. So it says whenever there is a tie, though, he will choose one with the most victims. So he's going to go 1, 2, and there he is with them. Okay, please don't kill them. He's like, you can't tell me what to do. The full moon is out. I listen to no one. Roll a die, then place the killer in that space. 1. The clearing. Oh, jolly. I would love for him to be there so that way I can lose my card. All victims in that space are killed. Oh, well that's okay, because of, I guess, that was good in that regard. And if no victim was killed, draw and resolve the next tarot card. Final Girl's like, sorry, there's no winning in Final Girl. If you did good, draw another and try again. Okay, so we have some sweets. Place 2 new victims at the gingerbread house. Okay. I'm going over there, so I guess that's all right. If you are on a search space, I could, darn it. Oh, if I would have just been 1 closer, I could have spent 2 time to take the top item card. And we have an event. What shall it be? Okay, we have Fairy Ring. All victims at the Glen disappear. What is the Glen? Where is the Glen? There. Up there. There's no one there. Not killed, just somewhere else. Remove them from the game and do not increase bloodlust. Okay. And discard this card. Alright. Not terrible. Panic. No one died. Amazingly. Upkeep. Back to actions. So I'm in his space, because I always am, apparently. He just like follows me around. He doesn't attack yet. He's just tracking me. He's like in the shadows watching. I've been trying to do this consistent where I just go like this, like shuffle, and then I just pick one in the middle. Long rest. Goodbye, long rest. That was an expensive card to lose, but that's okay. Okay, we are going to first, let's try to focus so we can get better die. Okay, 1. There's a time, and let's do that one more time. One more time. Does anybody know what that's from? Okay, and I will take that as well. And down a time, and we get 3 die! Hooray! That will be fantastic. Alright, so next I am going to go ahead and walk over to the gingerbread house, and then I want to search and get those birds and send my birds to attack the big bad wolf. 2. So I get to move 2 spaces. Well, that was a little wasted. It's fine though. I won't complain. No complain about a good roll. So I will go just 1, and then I lose the time. I can't remember if I did that or not, so I'll go ahead and just take an extra in case I mess it up. Actually, I can know. So, yep, 1, 2, 3. I already did. Don't be foolish and make it harder on yourself, Bailey. Okay, search. Let's search. And let's get those songbirds. Okay, 1 success, and that's fine because I get to take the top item, and that's the one I wanted. Beautiful birds. They get to just hang out in my backpack. So the killer is within 2 spaces of you. You may spend 3 times. Oh no, that sucks. I don't have enough time. Ooh, I can though, because I could discard 1 card, which I will. So I'm going to discard my weak attack to give me 1 more time back. And then now I will go ahead and use yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. So if the killer's within 2 spaces of you, you may spend 3 time to have the songbirds attack 3 to the killer. So a 1, a 2, a 3. No more of that business about having to discard cards. Enough of that. Okay, and I have 3 cards left. Would I like to use them? I think I'll just... I guess I could try to walk and be able to move 2 spaces and take the victims with me to try to save them. But I wouldn't mind also getting a... Like, do I need to save them? I mean, because his dark power is going to come out, which is not as great. He kills them. Like, I can't save everybody. I've already saved so many people. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, so planning phase. I have no money to spend. I'm poor. Fill back up this. And my dear little songbirds are discarded. Okay, and the killer phase. So he will target, of course, and he'll show up. There he is. Tarot card. The claws that scratch. So he will, here he is already. And he is still, luckily, in that mode, the track mode. For you and every victim in the big bad wolf space. Oh, 3. Darn, that was not a good one to have. It wasn't that painful the first time, but this time, this is brutal. I should have walked. Well, he would have just found me wherever I was. There was no avoiding it. Okay, so 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. So dark power comes out. Oh no, we got the epic dark power. Well, I'm glad I put in the intimidate in hindsight. Okay, for the rest of the game, resolve both the track and the slay. So now he's like tracking and slaying. He was just going to do one or the other. Now he's like, I'll do them all. Great. I love that. Panic adjacent victims. Okay, so we will go ahead and panic these two. So the first little guy, a 3. So you will leave. And then the next one, a 6. So he will stay. All right. Had about enough of that. Okay, there we go. This goes back. No other victims to panic because nobody died yet. Upkeep, back to actions. Okay, I don't have very many actions here, you guys. So, I guess I'll just walk away because I could go to the village also too and get my cage to get my birds back. So let's walk. Okay. Only one space. I feel like is the extra one space worth that much to me? He's really fast, so he can be beside me, no problem, either way. So I think I'll just leave it at the 1 success and keep these. So move 1 space only. I will take this little victim with me, away from the big bad wolf. And I get all these cards now. I have $5 to spend, so let's get the Intimidate. He did get that. So there's 2. So I have $3 more. So he's going to be attacking me now, so I'm going to go ahead and get a guard. Actually, let's discard the short rest to increase 1 for a time so that I can get the retaliate. Because I don't want to just guard. I want to, like, fight back. Okay? Gretel is not messing around here. Alright. Takes that to 0. Step back up. Doop, doop. And unfortunately now we go into the killer phase and the epic dark power is out. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. You couldn't see what I was doing. Sorry. So what I did was I discarded my short rest so that I could go up to 4 times because I originally only had 3, and then I bought the retaliate. I'm sorry about the Camrine. I apologize. Okay. So why it's going to be like, you said okay so many times. I'll try to stop. I'm hearing my little Wyatt on my shoulder being like, stop it. Killer phase. So he's going to do both of these, as I was saying. So it's targeting. He'll show up. He's been waiting there. And oh, you guys know what I did wrong. Oh, I messed up. I was not supposed to be able to, I missed this one. It was a river space. So when I saved victims this way, and I think I did that, I would only have been able to take 1 at a time. So we got to this a little quicker than we should have been able to. So I'm sorry. Asterisks with my win, or if I lose, then it doesn't matter. Okay. I try to do things correctly, but it's just so hard sometimes. Like daily struggles for me. Okay. I need to... So they target. He's going to kill. Goodbye. And then I'll get a tarot card. All the better to eat you. This is feeling like this is about me. And... two swords is going to kill the victim. Oops, sorry, I meant to do bloodlust for the first victim, bloodlust for the second victim. So he's going to recover a health. Just golly gee. And the big bad wolf recovers health for each victim killed. And he did too. So he's already at full health though, so no problem there. Oh, you guys, and we only have 3 tarot cards left before we are in the finale. I wonder if I, took too much time attacking him. Or lack thereof of attacking, I don't know. Okay. Panic phase. No one is in there left to panic. They all died. And actions. So let's play the Intimidate because we only have 2 die now. Sad, sad, sad. Okay, 2. With her special ability, I can discard 3 action cards. So I will do that. I will discard the weak attack, close call, and one of my... Let's discard 1 walk, actually. And I'll just leave my focus to try to get him, because he's going to show up with me. There's no getting around that. So there was the 3 discard to turn this into a success. And so then I flipped the dark power. Oh, I could have, if I would have had a 2. No, I don't want to discard 2 more. Okay, so we just get 1 success. So we flipped the dark power, though, back down until the next upkeep phase. Very good. And then let's try to focus. And that will be 1 success. How many times was I supposed to? Oh yeah, I discarded these 3, so that one doesn't have. So that was my first time going down. Okay. And the next focus. Okay. About that. All right, planning. $5 to spend. I think the time is now to just attack. I did want to go get my cage eventually, but right now I'm just like, maybe I just gotta get to getting. So let's just pick up a Furious Strike and then a Close Call. And put all these back. Oh, I get my 0 action cards. I feel like I'm going to be trying to buy this Intimidate every time to have every other V where he's back on the 1. Alright. Killer phase. So luckily he's just tracking now, so he's in my space, that's fine. And... Grandma, is that you? If there are no victims on the board, but there are. So all victims move 1 space towards the big bad wolf. So whoosh and whoosh. And trying to decide how they would get to him the quickest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he'll just go up to the meadow. All right. And then nobody died. Back to the actions. So now it's back flipped over. Yeah. Am I doing that right? So let's see. The next upkeep, because I've already put it back in the action tableau. So yeah, I think that, yeah, because it goes through the terror and then, okay. Yes, I did that right. All right, let's do some attacking. Furiously striking. Wait, do I have a focus to try to... No. Okay. Furious strike. Here we go, please. Okay. I will do the 2-card discard. So I'll get rid of my short rest and a close call and make that 2 successes. And then I'll get to do 2 damage. Feels good. Feels good. And then reduce a horror. Now I'm in the 3. Die. Even better. Love that. Okay, I'm gonna just hang out. currently. So I will get all of these back. And I didn't use any, so this was 6. So I actually get all 6. That's nice. Let's go critical blow then. That's what we need in our life. Put the action cards back. Okay, so I spent all 6, reset to 6. The killer phase. He's back and he's bold again. So he's gonna do both, because I hate this freaking epic dark power. Okay, well here he is, and then he will attack me. So, oh, but I came prepared for that, sir, because I'm here to retaliate. Let me tell you about it. Come on. Okay, so there's 1. Reduce attack by 2. He's gonna hit me for 3. So I think I want to do my 2. Spin the 2 cards. So I'll get rid of the weak attack and a walk. Yep. So ignore all and you get 2. How about you take the damage? Not me, says Gretel. Like, I see you, Grandma. Like, everyone else, all the victims were confused and you were disguised as a grandma and they got confuzzled, but I'm like, Grandma is evil. She tried to eat me, put me in the oven, fattened me up. Alrighty then, so we need to do a tarot card though. That was their first thing. Come closer, my pretty. Make yourself and all the victims move yourself and all the victims 1 space towards the big bad wolf. I'm already there. And so these guys will go. Oh, that's nice. 1, 1. Okay. So they'll target 3. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Am I gonna die? Because I don't have any. Oh dear. I was not ready for that. I don't have any. I only had the 1 retaliate. I was not ready for 3. No. Oh dear. Am I gonna die? I think I might die. You guys. What an oversight. This is a terrible card. Okay, so, because yeah, he's going to hit me for 3 times 3, which is 9. So I will get a chance to come back to life though, which will be my only chance of survival. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, who knew that card existed? All right, ready? What do we think, you guys? Can I come back? Whew. Okay, we're still alive. We have 1 little heart left. And we get to roll an extra die now. We're in the 4. So I need to be prepared for when stuff like that happens, I tell you. We only need to get 5 more on him, though. Like, it's getting down. Okay. Killer phase, panic. I nearly died. Upkeep, back to the action phases. So I have 2 focuses, a walk, and a critical blow. So we're going to critical blow. We have 4 die to roll, which is great. I love that. Okay, 2. So I get to do, yay, 3 to him. 1, 2, 3. Done. Love it. And then I guess I'm going to try to, I guess, do I try to walk away? I'm going to just stay there because I tell you what, he just keeps targeting me and I'd rather just go mono, you know, like leave these other people. Otherwise he'll keep adjusting things up here. So I'm going to hang out with these, focus and walks, get my 6 time. So I'm going to get 2 guards in case he comes at me again, and I'm going to get an intimidate. Is that what I need to do? Or do I need to do the furious strike and a guard? I wish I had the retaliate. So 1 guard and a furious strike. Or do I want to flip that back over and just have him tracking? I mean, that would be very nice. Let's do this. Let's go 2 and 2, which will put me down to I only have 2 time left. But let's go ahead and discard a focus and a walk because I want the, 2 more, and I want to get this Furious Strike. And then hopefully I didn't mess up by not having another guard, but, oh yeah, because I don't have any, I only have the 1 health. But, I mean, there's just, it's just me or him, you know, we're, no, it's, you know, it's going to come to an end anyway. All right, will it be us? Will it be us? We have done our planning. Reset to 6. Put these back. What's everybody thinking in the comments? Am I going to do it? I'm going to die. And the killer face. And he is evil again. He's going to attack me. Oh yeah, I guess I should have known that probably he's going to attack me twice because he does it automatically. Okay. You guys. No. That's how it's going to go. I mean, I guess I have to do my 2 cards. So I'll take these 2 away to turn it into 1 success or reduce it by 2. And so that, oh, and I will still take 1 damage. So I die. Womp, womp, womp. Big bad wolf has taken out poor Gretel. That was so sad. So sad. So that was how that cookie crumbled. I learned that sitting in overalls is like super annoying in the chair. It's like you can stand in overalls, but there's something strange about sitting in overalls. They like the slack or something. Oh, well, such is life. Such is life. That's okay, because I kind of cheated a little bit on accident in the beginning where I went across, I brought 2 victims across the water, and you cannot do that. Only 1 will follow you. So that's okay. We would have had to asterisk my win anyway. So I am all right taking the first one down. Let's see what his finale card would have been. Thrill of the Hunt. So he would have targeted, moved, and then tried to kill, and then moved somebody else. Each time the big wolf moves 1 or more spaces, it recovers a health. So that would have been annoying. So he would have just kept getting up. And let's see what he would have had down here. So if we could have gotten to the part where we did a Furious Strike, and just out of curiosity's sake. That was a much better roll. Where was that on my guard? So it could have been pretty neck and neck, of course with asterisks with my victim saving business. So there you have it, you all. That was Storybook Woods with the Big Bad Wolf. Big Bad Wolf 1, Gretel 0. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll be back again in just a little bit. Take a little lunch break. I might put up some fall stuff, or I might just go ahead and start playing again. I'm kind of itching to play now the Ratchet Lady, and so that I can win. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.